Good morning, everybody. I'm Captain Joe Weiss with the Merced Police Department. On behalf of Chief Tom Cavallaro, I'd like to thank everybody for being here. Unfortunately, Chief Tom Cavallaro was not able to make it to this important announcement. I'm joined here today by some distinguished guests, along with representatives from the agencies who have helped us in our effort to bring Dhante Jackson to justice. Attorney General Rob Bonta, Merced County District Attorney's Office, Deputy DA Katie Gates, Merced County Sheriff's Office, Captain Aaron Rosenberg, California Department of Justice, Special Operations Unit, Special Agent Supervisor, Aaron Hutchinson, along with Special Agent in Charge Joe Somnick. After several months of hard work, I'm proud to announce the arrest of Dhante Jackson for the murder of Sophia Mason. The Merced Police Department detectives, with the assistance of California Department of Justice Special Operations Unit, the Merced Area Gang Narcotics Enforcement Team, arrested Mr. Jackson yesterday in the city of Newark. Now, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Joe Perez, who oversees our investigations unit. He'll have some insight into this difficult case and provide some details into the efforts in this manhunt.
Good morning. Thanks you everybody for being here. As you're aware, we're here to announce the capture of Dhante Jackson. Dhante Jackson is accused of the brutal and senseless murder of precious 8-year-old Sophia Mason. Early in this case, Merced PD became aware of this investigation as we were reached out to by Hayward Police Department regarding the whereabouts of Sophia Mason. She had been reported missing by her family members in the Bay Area upon learning that her last whereabouts were at a residence in the 500 block of Barclay Way in the city of Merced. Detectives were able to author a search warrant, and they searched the residence, and that's when they discovered the gruesome discovery of Sophia Mason's lifeless body. Sophia's mother, Samantha Johnson, was already in police custody, charged with her murder, and the detectives immediately named Dhante Jackson also as a suspect in Sophia's murder, and that's when the manhunt began. Detectives acted on evidence quickly to track Jackson's location, but he had the help of several people to assist him to elude his capture. Detectives tracked Jackson's movements as he moved continually from Merced through the Bay Area, Southern California, and back to the Bay Area. Detective John Pinniger, standing here to my right, he was the lead detective assigned to this case. He and his partners worked continuously on this case for 6 months to locate Jackson and put together a solid case for successful prosecution. Just to put it into perspective, here's some of the investigative steps that were taken over the last 6 months. Over 20 search warrants were authored to obtain evidence pertinent to this case and the location of Jackson. Numerous witness and family members were interviewed. Hundreds of hours of analyzing and deciphering electronic forensic data, which was huge on this case, and the numerous hours of surveillance at various locations throughout California. All this dedication and hard work finally paid off as the detectives and agents with the California Department of Justice were able to pinpoint Jackson's location in Newark and successfully take him into custody. As I said before, Jackson was able to elude his capture over the last 6 months because he had the help of several female acquaintances. During the investigation, they learned that several of these females had assisted Jackson in eluding capture by providing him with money, shelter, and transportation. Some of those females here are posted on this board here to my left. Those females were arrested and identified as DeBurka Johnson from San Jose, Larona Larkins from Merced, and Myra Gutierrez from Newark. All of them were arrested for accessory to murder after the fact. Through the course of the investigation, detectives learned Sophia was subject to long-term physical abuse by her mother and Jackson. Here are some of the gruesome details detectives learned from this case. There was evidence showing that Sophia was the victim of continuous physical abuse. Sophia had been deceased at the residence in Merced for over a month. Detectives learned that Sophia was forced to live in a shed in the backyard, as well as a closet inside the residence. The coroner determined that the death was a homicide and noted that Sophia's body was malnourished. In my 20 years of law enforcement, this case is the most disturbing and horrific I've seen. To know what that poor little angel went through by the hands of pure evil breaks my heart. Most of us here standing are mothers and fathers, and we cherish our children. We'll never understand how something like this could happen to a beautiful child who just wanted to be loved. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to precious Sophia and her family as they continue to mourn. Even though there's nothing we can do to bring Sophia back, I hope the arrest of Jackson will inch Sophia's family closer to closure and ultimately get justice for Sophia. At this time, I'd like to thank the time from some of the other agencies that worked throughout this investigation. California Department of Justice Special Operations Unit, which is headed by Special Agent Supervisor Dean Johnson. This team was critical in helping us gather intel, providing surveillance for the ultimate capture of Jackson and Newark. Also with our Magnet, which is the Merced Area Gang and Narcotics Enforcement Team, headed by Commander Aaron Hutchinson with the California Department of Justice. They too assisted us early on in the investigation with attempting to track down Jackson's location, gather evidence, and ultimately do surveillance operations at the end that got Jackson into custody. This was truly a fine example of interagency cooperation to achieve a common goal, getting Jackson behind bars. I would also like to thank the men and women of the Merced Police Department for their dedication and hard work on this very difficult case. As I said before, Detective John Pinniger was the lead investigator on this case. The hard work and dedication that he put on this case for the past 6 months was second to none. I know that this case had a direct impact on his fellow partners as well as him personally. Detective Pinniger's on the end of his career, looking to retire here soon, and he actually put off retirement because he wanted to see the end of this case come to a close. And I commend you and I respect you for your hard work, John. With that being said, I'm going to now turn it over to Attorney General Rob Bonta.
Good morning, Rob Bonta, California Attorney General. And I first just want to say thank you to all of the men and women who came together, worked across departments at the local level, the state level, teaming up, having each other's back, sharing information, sharing intelligence to get to where we are today, where we have a very important arrest that was made in an absolutely horrific and heart-wrenching and tragic case. Thank you to all of the law enforcement partners here at Merced Police Department, the Merced Area Gang and Narcotic Enforcement Team, and the Merced County District Attorney's Office. We wouldn't be here without the team effort. I want to also especially thank and acknowledge some of the members of my team who helped lead our very important Special Operations Unit that I'm very proud of, who have yet again contributed to an important outcome and important law enforcement work. They've done it time and time again. They proved their incredible value and work again today. So I want to thank Joe Somanek, Special Agent in charge of the Special Operations Unit, Central California Special Operations Unit team for their important work. As part of the Merced Area Gang and Narcotic Enforcement Team, DOJ has been involved in this case since March. When we were asked to assist in locating the suspect, our Special Operations Unit went straight to work, and we used the latest technology and advanced investigative techniques. Because of every agency's efforts and persistence in this matter, an alleged murderer is off our streets. From Merced to Newark, our communities are safer. The family of Sophia Mason, her real family, those who loved her, are now closer to securing justice. As much as I'm grateful that Dhante Jackson is now behind bars, like so many of us up here, I'm also damn angry. Damn angry that we're here because we shouldn't be here. Because little Sophia should still be alive today. She should be playing, she should be learning, she should be growing up, she should be pursuing and chasing her dreams. But unfortunately, she is not. Those accused of her murder must pay a steep price for their abhorrent crimes. And thanks to good law enforcement, investigative work, good police work, they now will. Let today serve as a reminder. When a horrendous crime like this is committed, we will leave no stone unturned to secure justice. We will keep pursuing you until you are caught. From the DOJ to law enforcement agencies, we will find you, and we will hold you to account as has been done here. To Sophia's family and loved ones, I hope today is a step toward closure and accountability. Nothing can ever bring back her life, but we're committed to doing all we can to ensure accountability for this heinous, despicable crime. And again, let me just thank all of the brave men and women, our frontline officers and law enforcement who conducted this investigation, got to where we are today, a very important point in this case. And I also want to just recognize, as we all know, that today is September 11th, a day of remembrance and a day we recognize the families of those who lost loved ones on that fateful day, and also recognize and thank our first responders, those who run toward danger to help others when others are running away. I want to thank all the brave men and women in our law enforcement throughout California, throughout our country, for all they do every day. They don't do it for attention. They don't do it to be recognized, but I want to recognize them and thank them for all that they do today and every day. We appreciate you, and we will never forget. Thank you.
Again, thank you again for attending. This is a very important announcement. This concludes our press release. We look forward to the next step of this, and that is going to be the prosecution. We're passing the baton to the Merced County District Attorney's Office, and I'm sure they're going to do a terrific job taking this through its conclusion. Thank you.